So let me show you just a little bit of a PowerPoint just so I stay on track, and then I'm going to show you the new Academy and give you a little walkthrough if you haven't seen too much of it. So my whole thing is Survey123 is a team sport because it's really hard to learn it by yourself. And it's, you know, you could Google it for 20 hours, but if you just talk to somebody who knows how to do it, we might get you there in 3 minutes. So that's the whole idea, is giving people what they want quickly. So a little bit of introductions for you ladies. Want to get to know each other. So who are you? Where do you work or go to school? And then what's your GIS superpower? Jackie, you want to go first since you got here first?
Oh, sure. My name is Jackie Workinger, and I work at an electric cooperative. So if you're not familiar with those, I'm in Horry County because I'm in Myrtle Beach, and it's one of the fastest growing areas of the country. So we do a lot of connects, lots and lots of connects, and we're growing. So that's good and bad. And my GIS superpower right now would have to be Experience Builder. I have rebuilt all the apps that were in Web App Builder and made them Experience Builder apps. But nothing fancy. I just literally made them look exactly how they looked in Web App Builder so that there wasn't a whole retrain of everybody.
I love that. That's beautiful. People love that when there's no muscle memory or gymnastics they have to go through. Beautiful. And Bethany, how about you?
Hey, I'm Bethany Hall, and coming to you live here from the middle part of Oahu. I'm up in Mililani, about 20 minutes from the North Shore, about 25-30 minutes from Pearl Harbor. So I work as a GIS contractor, team lead with Nakapuna Companies, and we support the Defense POW MIA accounting agency. So we hunt dead people. And so my GIS superpower right now is field maps. I am the go-to person for everything field maps, and I am pushing Survey123, and we have to get it approved all the way through the IT software chain of command through the DoD. So I am pushing hard.
Okay. So why do you want to go Survey123 since they're all over in field maps right now? I'm just curious.
We want to do more with our enterprise. And Survey123 is going to be a big deal with that. We want to do a lot of internal stuff because our enterprise stays behind the firewall, whereas our field map stuff, I've got it outside in ArcGIS Online. So it will act as a bridge between the two. And then on the inside, the internal stuff, we want to really push it for user engagement. We do a lot of image requests, and we have to send that over to the NARA, the National Archives and Records Administration, to pull like wartime imagery. And so if we can get our users using Survey123 instead of a SharePoint list that gets lost, we can actually get a better geographic understanding about what they're asking for. And that will help us hunt down those images and send them over to the archivist and say, this is what we need, and here's the geographic area. Instead of being a huge ballpark, instead of saying Northern Vietnam, we could say, we want you to go right to this province, this area, this grid coordinate.
I love that. That's beautiful. That's going to be fabulous. I don't know what that means, but that's a good word.
Yeah, but we got to jump through all the DoD hoops right now for software approval. So
okay.
You would think it'd be easy since it's part of the Esri suite.
You would think that.
Each thing is approved at the DoD level.
Okay. Have you started the process? Are you in it in the middle somewhere, or is this a brand new thing?
No. I actually have a GIS analyst who asked for this, and we did this original submission back in October. Shutdown happened. It got punted. And then we found out, we called a bunch of different bigwigs around the organization. They're like, oh, yeah, we never got it. So we have resubmitted the request, and it's working its way through the proper channels now. So
okay.
I'm hoping in about 6 weeks, I'll have to do a 3 a.m. call with DC and champion the software. So,
well, when you're ready, and if you need any assistance, let me know. I love new things like that. You know, trying to help out. So, very cool.
Yep.
Let's see here. Beautiful. Oh, who am I? I guess you. Well, I'm Michelle, Survey123 Jedi. I have pivoted from my 9 to 5 into this is what I do all the time now. So I retired and now I'm here. I get to teach people Survey123, and I have contract work that comes in. I like the harder things. You know, if my brain has to do some gymnastics, my favorite survey was, I just did a FEMA one for culverts and roads. And there were so many pieces of gymnastics that my brain had to go through. I guess I just feed on that. So I enjoyed the heck out of that. And now I'm looking for my next hard one, because every time I do one, the client gets what they want, and then I train off of those. So you will actually get to see some of that really soon here in the future. So let's see. What are you expecting? Okay, so this is a fun question for me. When you signed up to come to today, in your mind's eye, what were you hoping for? Because I want to make sure that you get what you want. I think I know what you might want, but I'd really like to get your idea so that I can make sure that we tweak this as we go and make sure that everybody gets exactly what they want. So Jackie, since you were first, what are you expecting?
Well, you know, I do basic surveys, but I don't do any fancy surveys. So I'm trying to maybe bridge the gap between like the basic ones to get to something more involved. We do a lot of like nested, like repeat inspections, but I think they were set up in Collector originally.
That's awesome.
And so they're in Survey123 Connect, or they're in Field Maps, depending on what set of maps they're in. But they just have been migrated from Collector to Field Maps, and maybe they'll get to Survey123. I'm not real sure. What we use Survey123 for mostly is to pass more complicated forms and to get that email pass back so that it triggers something.
Okay.
The most popular one is Lights, believe it or not. It's a public app that people report that lights are out, and then it goes to member services, and then it goes straight to the inspection, and then it triggers like a whole bunch of emails.
Love that.
But I want to get more from surveys than what we do right now.
Okay, beautiful. I love that. All right, Bethany, what are you expecting to get from this?
Oh, anything you got with Survey123 Connect. I've done the simple surveys in ArcGIS online, but I just don't have a whole bunch of experience with the Connect side of things.
Okay.
So, and I've had users asking me, because that's the piece that they're wanting. They're like, we want Survey123 Connect as an approved software on our desktops. And then there's like, how do we use it? And I'm like, very carefully. So,
okay. That's wonderful. I love that, because eventually when everybody's ready, they can come into this academy for free. That's what I'm doing, because that's what I needed when I was new 8 years ago, when everything was in beta. It was even longer than that, I think. Everything was in beta. I thought, ooh, Survey123. I did one in my university, and I'm all, oh, I'm a spreadsheet girl. You know, I came over from Access, and I'm going, oh, I'm going to live here for the rest of my life. And so I do. But what I thought was, oh, this is a software. I'm going to learn this one software. I'm going to be really good at it. And I don't have to learn any of that other stuff. When you learn Survey123, you get to learn everything else. So here I am. I do love Survey123 Connect. I learned it on 5-minute videos. That's all they had. So now I just want to share the knowledge. I've been sharing for 4 years. I actually had a concussion when so I started Survey123 in grad school, or just before grad school. And so about 8 years ago, and then went to grad school, then went to Southern California Edison and did that for 18 months. And then I went to Environmental Resource Management, which is a worldwide company. And I got hired because I knew Survey123 Connect, because they had nobody worldwide that knew how to do Survey123 Connect. So I trained about 8 people how to do it, and now they have over 100 people who can do it. And so I'm all, okay, well, I can retire now because you guys are in good hands. But it was a lot of fun. So then I had a concussion. So I was working for ERM for about a year, had a concussion May the 2nd, missed the whole May the 4th that year. Really sad for me. But my concussion was so severe, it took 3 years until I found the right treatment to just get me over that. So for about a year now, I've been on that treatment. My brain is wonderful. I go around all over the world and I get, not the world, the continents. And I do 40-minute presentations and things like that. So going forward, it's a beautiful place. Hi, Julia. I just want to tell you, we were just talking about my concussion. I had a little concussion for about 3 years. I've been out of it for about a year. So now we were just sharing. So if you'd like, if you want to be put on the spot right away, otherwise we'll warm you up to it. We're asking, when you signed up to be here today, what expectations were you hoping for? And the reason I'm asking this is I have a feeling I think I know what everybody wants, but sometimes people want something different. And so that's why I'm asking. So if you want to come off of mute and you want to share with us maybe what you were expecting in your mind's eye, then, and if you don't, that's okay. I know you're just getting here, so you might need a little warm-up time.
No worries. Hi, I'm Julia. I know Michelle. We are women in GIS, and I attended a conference last week, and I saw something about Survey123 Connect, and I was like, wait a minute, we have that app that we built ourselves for my company, but we might want, because of all the web accessibility stuff, we need to pull this into I preferable S3, because usually most of their stuff is set up and ready for that. And I was like, I need to contact Michelle. And Michelle said, you know what? I'm just starting, may the force be with you, my academy. So why don't you join us? So here I am.
Yay. All right. So it looks like you're all on your computers. This is, now, how many of you, I've been letting people in really slowly today. How many of you are already in the academy? Anybody? Okay. All right. So the two of you. Okay. So this is the QR code to get in, but I can also give you the link. That's probably easier because then you can just grab it. And this will take a few minutes for you to get in. So I'm going to give you 3 minutes. Let me see. If you want, go ahead and sign yourself in. When you get in here, I'm sharing some slides so that I can remember everything I'm supposed to tell you. But in here, there's tabs at the very top. We have community, classroom, calendar, members, maps, leaderboards, and the about page. The about page is how you got in. So community that's where all the threads are, the questions and answers, and a place where we can talk about things going back and forth. At the very, very top, it says write something. And that's if you have a question for me or the community, you can go in here. And then you come down here, you write your title and write something about it. And then down here it says questions about, these are the modules, these are where you get to choose what category it is. Is it announcements, general discussions, questions about modules? Questions about modules I put in there because right now, this is the first time somebody's gone through all of these. And so we're kind of QCing everything that's going on. If there's something that is a little wonky, let me know, because as people are going through it, they're putting things in. So I clean it up as soon as they come in. One of them was the very first video. It's how to load your software. And it was from 3 years ago. And so there were some terminologies that had changed. So somebody had put that in the questions. And so I re-recorded it before you ever got in here. So just know that this is brand new. So as we get going, we definitely want to make sure that it's good for you. And I'm pretty quick on getting the turnaround if somebody has a question. What this looks like is in the classroom, you're going to have steps. There's this first step, and that's going to get you, I'm going to show it to you. Let's just warm your brain here. The orange section is everything that came over from my YouTube channel. Anything in the blue section, you probably won't have that right away because they're still in draft, but I'm putting together whole projects that you're going to get to watch the whole projects because we like to reverse engineer things, but tell me how to do it. So that's going to be there. What I'm doing is everything's free. The trainings are free. I'm going to just pour into you as much as you want to be poured into. If you want the class files, like in the blue section, the class files are going to be a dollar amount, whatever that is, because most of the time we can figure things out on our own. But sometimes you're going to just say, hey, Michelle, I just want everything that you have because I don't want to put 200 hours into it. And I'm okay with that. I already put the hours into it, so that's available, but you will have all the trainings. All the trainings are coming through. There's a calendar page, and for this week, I'm doing morning and evening sessions. So if you're here tonight, you can come to all the night ones if you want. You can come to the morning ones if you want, whatever your schedule looks like. And the reason I'm doing this is because if you start going through the trainings, you're going to have questions. Or if you start working on a survey, you might have some questions. So I'm going to do this so that I have some live Q&A. And as long as there's people coming in, I'll just be there for answering the questions. And this is just how I work my business also. So I just want you to feel comfortable with Survey123, because if you're comfortable with Survey123, you'll be doing Survey123. If you're not comfortable with Survey123, you might say, hey, coworker, do Survey123 Connect. Okay, so, and then, this one I just added. I'm putting some swag out there, so figuring out if you're a youngling, a Padawan, or a guru. That was fun. I have some swag for you so that, you can put it on your LinkedIn or your whatever. I did not brand it because sometimes people, I always feel weird when somebody brands something really cool. So if you want to share that where you got it, that's great. If you don't, that's great too. I'm okay with it because it'll just make me smile if you put one of these out there. So that is our slideshow. And now I'm going to show you around. Actually, yeah, I'm going to show you here. So in the community, there are all these different tabs up here. I just have it on all because then I can see everything. But if you wanted to go into announcements, if there were announcements specifically, it'd be in there. If you wanted to go into general discussion, it's in here. Questions about the modules. Now this is that part where if you have questions, like this is the start here, that's the first module. And you have somebody that, and you have a question, you're all, Michelle, you said something here, it wasn't working for me. Then I can go in and I can figure that out. Like this one down here, she says, I mentioned hosted services or hosted surveys, and it wasn't based on the reference layers. And so I said, I'll revisit this one. And then I came back and I said, I rewatched the video. I think my terminology may have gotten her stuck. And so then I explained it. And then once she gets back in here, she can say, yeah, that makes sense or not. But what that does for me is now when I go back to re-record that, I need to make sure that my terminology matches what people think it is. So this is a great place for you to say, hey, Michelle, I don't know what you're talking about. And then wins. If you have a win, I want to celebrate with you. So I do have a tab in here. If you figured out a calculation formula and you struggled with it for a little while, but you got it, put it in here because we definitely want to celebrate with you. And then over here in the classrooms, so I've tried to make these so they're small and they're it's kind of like you can just go through them. So this first one, the very first one is loading your software. So this is the one I just redid because there were some little bits of complications. So you can watch this one. This one's 7 minutes. So if you load your software, it's 7 whole minutes. And then this one is understanding Survey123. This one is 12 minutes. This is a little bit about the web browser. That one's 20 minutes. And then we get into starting from a blank slate in Survey123 Connect. And then these are the headers. It's funny because in YouTube, people really like this one because nobody tells them what all the headers are in Survey123. This goes deep. It's a deep dive into all the headers and 32 minutes. And then we have, this is actually one of my first classes and it's over an hour. And you can fast forward the pieces you don't want. But at least you're going to get to see how to make your first survey. You're going to have all the class files. There's a little link down here for your class files. And then types. I went through all the types. You can see how old I was, how old this one is. My hair is really not as pretty as it should be. And then there's a second one because there's a lot of types in there. And then there's publishing and setting up your permissions. And then this is one, it's in draft, you don't have it yet, but it's Who's Michelle Williams. Eventually I'll put that in there. I think it's actually in my big one. I think it's in there, so maybe that's why I didn't put it in there yet. And then once you're done, oh, I should probably show you this. Once you're finished, just email me, because I'm trying to see how long it takes people to get through these, and just say, hey, I'm ready to unlock the next one, and I'll open that one up, because everybody has a number next to them, and you all start with a 1. And I need to see when you finish this, it gives you points. And when you comment on people's posts, you get points. So I want to see how long it takes, and then we'll automate it to where, okay, if you're level 2 or 3, you get into the next one, whatever that looks like. So you're helping me figure out what this is going to look like for the future. And then here, the first one in the second module is how to do repeats. And then we're going to talk about publishing. That's the same publishing that was in module 1. I just wanted to make sure it's here so you don't have to go back and forth. And then we're going to go into inbox queries, pull data from a survey, from a CSV. That one's only 2 minutes. So auto-populating. Anyways, you can see how we're kind of going just a little deeper, deeper, deeper. It's not scary. And once you get through all of this, it's going to be, you're going to feel like, oh, that's not so bad. Because it's bad when you don't know what you're doing, or you don't even know what to Google. You know, it's like, well, I know what I need, but I'm not really sure how to Google that. So this should get you really, really close. And then same thing, let Michelle know that you're ready, and I'll push you into the next one. Third one, this one's harder, and I did not give you any class files on this for a reason. I want to see where you get stuck. So when you get stuck, just talk to me, and we'll get that fixed up for you. There is a lot in here, but like I said, you're good at reverse engineering, but if it gets too difficult, I want you to tell me. Anyways, we go through pool data, grid themes, button modes, feature reports, Excel. I love Excel, so I'm sharing Excel things that every GIS person needs to know. In fact, that's what I call this one. Formulas GISers need to know. Link to a hosted service. You know, anyways, it keeps going. This was an experience builder widget that I built out. I'm showing you how to do it because when it was brand new, they showed us how to do it at the Esri conference, and I put it in here because I'm not going to remember that when I need it. But it's really good if you need your clients to use their own credits, because when you build it this way, they can use their own credits. They don't have to use yours. And then some little things that I've used along the way, like geocoding in Pro or Google Earth, because I needed that for my Survey123s. And so I put it in here, and if you can, if you need it, you can have it. It's what it's there for. I put this one at the very bottom. This one I've already got called on. This one is really hard, and there's going to be something else that's needed. So I think I'm going to put that in a blue tab, and maybe on May 22nd, because that's the next May the 4th. That's when Grogu's movie comes out, the 22nd. Because, you know, May the 4th, you can't have Devil Wears Prada and Baby Yoda at the same time. So they're putting theirs on 22nd. I might put a whole thing on this just on by itself. So that's why it's in draft. This one, JSON code, that is actually my nesting bird survey with buffers. And then this one is the FEMA report that I did. So you will get to see all the steps that I took, because you may not have a FEMA report, but you may have another PDF that you need to convert. And I show you how to do all of that. It's going to be really fabulous when we get there. I'm opening those up as we get more members. This is the calendar. So if you're in here and you say, I don't remember when Michelle's doing her things, so you can come in here. This is tonight's, and if I opened it up, you can add it to your calendar. I've already probably invited all of you through the calendar app, so you don't need to. But if you get lost, you can come in here and you can just click on that link, and it'll take you right to where you need to go. I do have a weekly coaching call that is it's a paid service, and we do that for $99. You get to come in for an hour every week. That's for our harder, that's for the harder surveys. But I'm going to put every month, I'm going to do one for all of our new folks, just so you can come in. No payment, just figuring out those question and answers. Since we're starting out, I just put a whole lot of those right this week, because as people go through these trainings, I want to make sure that you get everything answered. And if you have something you're working on, we can talk through it. We can go through everything that you think you might need, or just kind of talk it out. It's good to have a springboard to kind of work through all of that. And then we have about 11 members right now, which is good because I've been letting people in all day. And then this is kind of cool. I love GIS, you do too. That's where our members are coming from. And then we have what we call a leaderboard. I don't know if you can see the leaderboard or not, but as folks start going through here, it'll tell me who the leaders are. I don't know, it's kind of fun. And then that's my About page, and you saw that when you came in. Has everybody downloaded the software yet?
I did download the software. I haven't put in my ticket to get my whole account fixed. So I just have been doing the stuff on the enterprise portal. But sometimes my enterprise portal doesn't want to let me connect from here, which is like a whole separate problem.
Okay, that makes sense. How about you, Bethany?
I've got it downloaded. I had tried to play around with it just a little bit. So I'm still, since our DoD enterprise is like behind a firewall and it's not even authorized, I'm going through an old school account that I had back in Tennessee at university. So it's
nice.
It's a work in progress.
You could, if you don't want that account, you can buy one for $100 a year and it'll give you everything except for drone to map. But I think it's pretty easy. If you go into Esri, you can say, I need a new personal account. And I think it'll, like, it's $120 or something. It was $100 when I did it. So it might be a little.
Yeah. I've got like an Azure account that I use to post stuff up in ArcGIS online. I guess it's part of that, wouldn't it? Is it part of that? Okay.
Yeah, you should be able to connect with that login.
With that login? Okay. Let me try doing that. So.
Yeah, if you get stuck, let me know.
All right. Well, it was nice meeting everybody. I'm going to go ahead and go to bed. I'll hopefully catch one of the trainings tomorrow during the daytime when it's earlier for me.
Okay.
Bye-bye, guys.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah.
I've had a bit of a hard day today with some stuff. Had a family member pass away. Found out when I woke up this morning. They're in Tennessee, so I'm probably getting ready to head back for a couple of days. But I was going to bring it up to see if it's a way that they could create their own personal Azure accounts and join your academy, because I've got 3 GS employees that are just chomping at the bit for this stuff, and they are really bright people. I just hate we have all these roadblocks.
I know. And it sucks because as soon as those roadblocks come up, they're going to expect, okay, let's get on it. Let's do all Survey123 full blast. And you guys are going to go, we don't even have training yet. So at least hopefully we can get you, have them get trained, especially if they're hungry for it. I love hungry people. They want to learn and they're like, they just can't. They're like, hurry up and wait.
I know. I mean, I guess just in that Survey123, just the online piece, I had taken a concept idea of a form. So my neighbors have set off a car alarm. I don't know what's going on. So, But we had where we want to put this up for our partners where they could actually go out and do reconnaissance missions.
Mhm.
And so I was like, Survey123 is perfect for this. All I need to know is like where you're going, what you're looking for, what you find.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
so
Yeah. We'll get them all caught up. I love it. Yeah, this will be fun.
So, I don't know, set this alarm off, but give me a second. Hang on.
That's okay. Go for it. You're still on mute, so when you're ready.
All
Oh, there you go.
all the challenges of trying to do stuff. So
That is okay. We don't, I mean, you can have your night back again, or your day back.
yeah, cool. Yeah, I was really curious if I could get my friends to join, like you and I were talking about earlier.
Mhm.
So I will let them know. Say, hey, I've got a free resource for you. Just do this. Just open you up a personal Azure account, and then come and join this school.
Yeah,
So if you get
yay.
Rachel Sears and and Jennifer Peterson chime in, hey.
Okay,
So
that'll be fun. Yeah, I think what's going to happen is I think people will trickle in as they get going. Oh, I forgot to give everybody their resources. I probably should do that, huh? You know what? I'll email the three of you so you'll have them.
okay. So
actually, it'll be in. I did connect them into. When you get to doing your first survey, they're actually in the class files. So it's a folder that says social media badges. So
cool.
you can
So
grab
it's
them.
okay if I just go ahead and send this link to my
Yeah,
colleagues and say, hey
Yeah.
guys, check this out, join,
yeah,
and
if you
that
want
way
to
you're
get
ready to go.
yeah, because and then tell them tomorrow morning I have something, and then I have every night. In the mornings I'm doing Tuesday and Thursday and Friday because my husband works here on Monday and Wednesday. And I'm not going to go against you while you're having meetings and battle. So it's good. And then, but every night we're doing it at the same time. Come in when you need to. And then if you want your friends to come in, and I'm not here at that time, you all can come in probably and just do a Teams meeting, and then you can show them around if you want to.
Okay, cool.
All
I
right.
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're
Good to see
welcome.
you again. So
You too. See you soon.
take it
Bye-bye.
easy. Bye.